What's going on, YouTube viewers, Twitter followers? I am at Perez1281, also known as Christopher Perez. Welcome to a different shooting gallery. I know this is only my second installment of it, but this is not going to be like me going off random topics as far as wrestling and other entertainment formats are concerned. But this is a DVD review. So I've been wanting to do a DVD review for years, ever since I started this YouTube channel here, and I know I got probably over 70 videos. I'm not sure, you know. It's just random, but I never did a review. So now that I have this new format I'm going with, the shooting gallery, where I just, you know, off the top just lay out everything. You know, I don't have, number one, just to let you be sure of everything, I don't write notes. I don't have bullet points of what I should say or what I shouldn't say. And basically, I just go off the top of my head. If I make a mistake, I apologize for it ahead of time, and I will make some mistakes, you know. But I just want one shot, one take, and that's it. And that's how I do stuff. That's how I really do stuff. So if you're wondering why I don't have a notepad with me, or I'm looking down at notes, I'm just like this, I don't do that. You could say I'm a freestyle shooter. So let's get on with this. My DVD review of this October 20th, 2012. That guy right there. And if you don't know why this DVD is the best DVD of 2012, the title says it. CM Punk, best in the world. If you have a Blu-ray player, just get the Blu-ray copy. But for, you know, for DVD viewers, it doesn't matter what format you have. This DVD is the best of 2012. I haven't seen a wrestling DVD come out yet that has equaled or had as much popularity as this DVD when it got released. I could tell you 3 of my top WWE Blu-rays, and I mean documentaries, not pay-per-views, and they're in no particular order. Number 1, the DVD I'm going to review. Number 2, Greatest Rivalries, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. If you don't have this, it's a must-own for every WWE fan. Doesn't matter if you're a fan of Shawn Michaels. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Bret the Hitman Hart. It's a sit-down interview with both of them, conducted by JR, and nobody does it better than JR. Let me tell you that. And that's another review for another time. But still, it's this DVD I'm reviewing, Greatest Rivalries, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, and that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold documentary, which is very extensive, and that was the best DVD of 2011. This DVD is the best DVD in 2012. Best in the world. It's an extensive documentary on Punk's upbringings in Chicago, and how his brother took his money, stabbed him in the back. He grew up with a family that didn't really care for him. So he was basically fostered by another family. And they took care of him. And basically learned the hard way and basically did it his way. You know, he He started with the straight edge, the story about his father throwing up in the car when he was little, you know. And when you're little, and I've had this happen to me, you know, your parents are your greatest heroes. Your father is your greatest hero. You look up to him. And to see what happened to Punk's father basically stabs you in the heart, and like, man, he really got it. He really had it rough, you know, in the beginning. So after that incident with his father, took his bike and just left. Tears and everything, just left. And he basically started a backyard wrestling federation, straight edge all the way. He started straight edge, and he never had any inkling to have any drink, any drug. I mean, there's a lot of people with a lot of limits. Punk doesn't even, when he sees it, he doesn't even stand next to it. He doesn't even want anything to do with that. And I respect that a lot about Punk. It's a testament to him being a better person. Now, his journey from that to IWA to Ring of Honor to, you know, IWA with his matches with Chris Hero, you know, it's an extra. It's not part of the documentary, but it is an extra where he fractured his skull, and he didn't want drugs. He just sat in a room for months, door shut, lights off, and I forgot what movie he was watching, but I mean, it was just day after day, and that movie kept repeating and kept repeating. And he thought he was living like the same day, but he figured out it was months and months after his injury. That was intriguing for me, very intriguing. And then we go to ROH and his rivalry with Samoa Joe, which those 3 matches are epic. Check those out. They're on YouTube somewhere around there. They're hidden. But the Punk Joe matchups are epic. I wish and I pray before Punk retires that Joe's contract goes out in TNA so he could go to WWE and we could have Joe Punk in the WWE. That's my prayer to the wrestling gods. Please let this happen. So we move on to that. When he gets his WWE contract, you know, his run-in with Daniel Bryan, you know, the times where he was on the road, just messing around, doing pranks. And he goes, not from WWE, but to OVW, which really pissed Punk off. But yet, he found a silver lining. He got to work with Paul Heyman in OVW development. And it showed us the side of Punk, which was a great side of Punk that Heyman brought out of him. And he had great matches with Bret Albright, and those matches were brutal. And one of those matches is on the DVD. It's a great match. I suggest you watch that match. But there's more matches between Punk and Albright somewhere in YouTube. You know, stuff just lies around in YouTube, and you just search for a random thing and it's there. CM Punk versus Bret Albright. Oh, there it is. NXT last week. Oh, there it is. So on to another one. When he came up, he followed Paul Heyman and he went to the ECW, my bad. They failed to mention his little stint in TNA, but who would want to mention that? It was just short, and I don't think Punk desired it very much. But his Paul brung him to WWE's ECW, and Punk was getting groomed by Paul Heyman to be their ECW champion, their brand's champion. But December to Dismember was the night. I remember watching December to Dismember. I remember thinking that Punk was going to win the Extreme Elimination Chamber, and Bobby Lashley wins. I can remember this clear as day because I just got my cheesecake from Junior's. I ordered a cheesecake from Junior's in New York, and I was eating my cheesecake, and I was watching December to Dismember. And I was really thinking Punk was going to win the title. And what was he, like, probably one of the first ones eliminated, the second one eliminated. And I'm like, you built Punk so much in that brand, and you have, but after watching the documentary, you see what happened. It was politics, and Heyman, December to Dismember was Heyman's last day as ECW, general manager, and in development of whatever, But from there, he's kept building himself. He finally became ECW champion with a program with John Morrison. Hit or miss with those matches, but their best matches on this DVD. Like I said, a lot of good matches in this DVD. But I digress. He gets back. He gets in WWE. He gets to Raw, and from the ECW, he almost wins Money in the Bank WrestleMania 22. He wins Money in the Bank WrestleMania 24, and that's where it started. And he cashed it in the night after Night of Champions in 2008, and he cashed it in on Edge to become his first World Heavyweight title reign. Was short-lived. Office didn't expect Punk, to grab the ball, and front office didn't expect Punk to have a lengthy reign because of his size and everything. So, thanks to a Randy Orton kick in the head, he gets stripped of the World Heavyweight title without even getting pinned for it. So they just gave it up and gave it to Jericho at Unforgiven. So that was Unforgiven 08. After Jericho had that war with Shawn Michaels, and Jericho slips in the back door, becomes World Heavyweight Champion. Punk does it again, WrestleMania 25. The only two-time Money in the Bank winner. And he cashes it in on Jeff Hardy. Extreme Rules, 2009. They start a program for the World Heavyweight Championship. They trade off the title. Punk holds it. Wins by disqualification at the Bash. Loses it at Night of Champions. Gets it back at SummerSlam. It just went back and forth, but it was a great program for Punk. And that was the beginning of Punk's heel turn. That front office told Punk Vince was giving him the challenge, I want you to turn heel. It's like, what's the challenge? And Vince is like, I want you to turn heel. And Punk's like, Vince, what's the challenge? So people never realized how good of a heel CM Punk turned out to be. Then the Straight Edge Society, one of the most, that stable was just insane. And Punk, as its leader, was pure heat. And I loved it. Loved every minute of it. Punk just fit in that role as a Messiah. He just fit in that role. And it worked. It really worked. But a lot of hate, and you know, a lot later, and Luke Gallows gets released, and Joey Mercury gets released, and, you know, then Serena's gone, and Punk's all by himself, and he gets the Nexus, which is not on this documentary. He went to when he went to the Nexus. They skipped the Nexus, and they told him that, and they skipped the Nexus and went to the program with Randy Orton, and it's not hidden, it's another special feature where somebody told Punk that you're nothing but Cena's TV program, and that just pissed Punk off. I mean, like I said, everything in this DVD is a great DVD. But then again, you know, you go to WrestleMania with Orton, and then you start, then comes the Summer of Punk, 2011. The pipe bomb heard around the world. Money in the Bank in Chicago. I don't have to tell you this. You've already seen it. You know, this situation's been played over so many times that I don't even want to repeat the pipe bomb promo. You know, because I could almost remember it verbatim. But I don't have a lot of time here. But the last part of that documentary was Money in the Bank. I was really hoping that the last part of the documentary was going to be his rivalry with Jericho and him going to WrestleMania holding the WWE title. But there is a special feature on the DVD which covers that. So my only gripe about this Blu-ray is that I think everybody, just like everybody's seen Cena Punk at Money in the Bank, I think everybody has seen Punk Jericho at WrestleMania. So my only gripe is they should have taken off Punk Jericho at WrestleMania and put Punk Jericho Extreme Rules in Chicago. But then again, I mean, the match matches, you know, the special feature on it, so I can understand that. Plus, but you know, they added the Daniel Bryan Over the Limit match, which that match was wrestling personified. I've never seen a match like that in a long time. So technical, so brutal. These two men just going at it, butting heads. 30 minutes was fantastic. I don't know how many times I saw that match when I first got this DVD. So, best part about the documentary is that just everything is the best part about the documentary. You can't single out one moment because the rest of the DVD is great. Documentary, special features, matches, you know, even the special features alone rival the documentary. If you could put the special features and the documentary together, my God, you will have a cornucopia of information. You know, it's just like a Godfather movie. If you put the documentary and the special features together, it's like a Godfather extended cut. You know, so you already know what I'm gonna say about this DVD. It's best DVD of the year until somebody proves me different, or WWE releases a DVD that proves me wrong. Attitude Era. But other than that, what else can you say? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. There is nothing bad about this. I mean, I'll tell you what, two special features that you need to see if you got this DVD or if you just bought it. One is the story with CM Punk, Miz, Deuce and Domino, Hornswoggle, and Cherry. Cherry was the valet for Deuce and Domino, all wanting one hotel room, and it was just insanity. The story is just great. And one more is Punk versus Kofi in the bus playing Street Fighter at Cross Tekken. That by itself is like worth the price of admission. A lot of people had interview time. Triple H had interview time. Michael Hayes had time. JR had time. Colt Cabana, Chris Hero, Amy Dumas, also known as Lita, you know, and a whole Daniel Bryan, Cena, Triple H. If I didn't say Triple H before, you know, it's a whole lot of people got some time in this DVD, you know. So I commend WWE for putting out a release like this. And Punk, in his own words, said he was hands-on at the whole process of this DVD. Hands-on. So I think so was Austin's DVD. I think Austin and Punk would be the two people, and Taker, if he ever came out with a documentary to break character, would be the only three that would have total and complete control of their DVD releases. No doubt. I don't have a shadow of a doubt in my mind. And probably Cena. Probably Cena, you know, if they redid a documentary of him, you know, like a retooling of the My Life documentary from years ago. You know, I think those people would be the ones that would have total and complete control of their own DVD release. But documentary, 10 out of 10. Matches, like I said, the only gripe is not having the street fight instead of, you know, the street fight replacing the WrestleMania match. But still, every match is solid. You know, 9 out of 10 for the matches. But another 10 out of 10 for the special features. You just there's not enough good things to say about this DVD. It's one of the best of the year. Like I said, until the WWE proves me wrong. Once again, I go back to Attitude Era DVD. But still, it's best DVD of the year. I think I've said that about 10 times in the last 24 minutes. You gotta get this. It's a must-own for anything. Even if you're not a fan, even if you're not a WWE fan alone, the documentary compels. God, it's an inspiring documentary. You know, even for the non-wrestling fan, it's a great documentary. You know, you could probably play this on the Biography channel. Is probably going to be the highest rated Biography channel. You know, highest rated show on Biography channel. So there you have it, folks. You know, CM Punk, best of the world. It is just that. You know, and I have no more words about this. I'll see you on the flip side. Y'all take care. God bless. And enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Good night.